Marriage is the only contract where you promised forever based on how you felt, when brain chemistry was making you temporarily insane. You're making a lifetime decision during the phase when you're least qualified to make rational decisions. I'm about to explain what marriage actually is, what makes it work, and why most people struggle. No romantic nonsense, just honest breakdown of what you're signing up for. Here's what marriage actually is at its core. It's a legal and social contract where two people agree to build a shared life together while navigating constant change in themselves, each other, and their circumstances. That's it. Everything else is optional cultural additions. Notice what's not in that definition. Eternal happiness, constant romance, never being attracted to anyone else, automatic compatibility. These are myths that destroy marriages because people think something's wrong when reality doesn't match the fantasy. Marriage isn't finding your soulmate and living happily ever after. Marriage is choosing a compatible partner, and then both of you working daily to maintain friendship, intimacy, and shared purpose. While your bodies age, your interests change, your careers evolve, and life throws curveballs at you constantly. Most people spend more time planning their wedding day than understanding what marriage actually requires. They focus on the party and ignore the partnership. This is like focusing on your graduation ceremony while ignoring that you'll need actual job skills afterward. Here's the first truth about marriage nobody tells you. You're not marrying one person. You're marrying multiple versions of that person across decades. The person you marry at 25 isn't who they'll be at 35, 45, or 65. People change careers, develop new interests, go through health issues, experience loss, and evolve psychologically. Successful marriage requires repeatedly choosing the new versions of your partner as they emerge. Some couples grow together, others grow apart. The difference isn't luck. It's whether both people are actively working to stay connected through change. Second truth that saves marriages. Marriage is 3 relationships in one, and all 3 need regular maintenance. There's the friendship, the romantic partnership, and the business partnership. Most couples only maintain 1 or 2 and wonder why the marriage feels incomplete. The friendship is about enjoying each other's company, having fun together, and being each other's preferred person. When friendship dies, you become roommates who happen to be legally bound. The romantic partnership is about physical intimacy, emotional connection, and keeping the spark alive through intentional effort. When romance dies, you become friends without benefits. The business partnership is about managing money, household responsibilities, parenting decisions, and life logistics as a team. When this fails, resentment builds from unequal burdens. You need all 3. Just friendship becomes boring. Just romance becomes shallow. Just business becomes transactional. The strongest marriages maintain all 3 dimensions continuously. Third truth about marriage. Love is not enough. Compatibility matters more than chemistry. Shared values matter more than shared hobbies. Commitment matters more than feelings. Most marriages fail not because people stop loving each other, but because they're fundamentally incompatible in ways that daily life exposes over time. You can love someone deeply and still be wrong for each other. Different financial values, different parenting styles, different life priorities, different communication patterns. These incompatibilities don't magically resolve through love. They create daily friction that wears down even strong feelings. This is why choosing your spouse is the most important decision you'll make. You're choosing your co-parent, financial partner, retirement companion, and the person who will make medical decisions for you when you can't. Choose based on compatibility for that reality, not just how they make you feel during the honeymoon phase. Fourth truth about successful marriage. It requires specific skills that most people don't have naturally. Conflict resolution without attacking character. Emotional regulation during disagreements. Clear communication about needs and expectations. Compromise on things that matter to both of you. Taking responsibility for your contribution to problems. These aren't skills you're born with. They're learned abilities that require practice. The couples who stay happily married aren't lucky. They're skilled. They've learned how to fight fair, communicate clearly, repair after conflicts, maintain intimacy during stress, and adapt to change together. Fifth truth that prevents divorce. Marriage has predictable stages, and each stage has different challenges. The first 2 years are adjustment to shared life. Years 3 to 7 involve establishing routines and possibly starting families. Years 8 to 15 often include career building and raising children. Later years involve empty nesting, health changes, and redefining connection. Each stage requires different things from you. Couples who think marriage should feel the same throughout struggle when it naturally changes. Understanding these stages prevents the mistake of thinking change means failure. Your marriage will feel different at year 10 than year 1. That's not a problem to fix. That's normal evolution. Here's the uncomfortable truth about marriage and happiness. Marriage doesn't make you happy. Happy people create happy marriages. If you're miserable single, marriage won't fix that. You'll just be miserable with a legal contract and another person's needs to manage. Marriage amplifies what you already are. If you're generally content, stable, and fulfilled, marriage can enhance that. If you're unhappy, insecure, or unfulfilled, marriage will magnify those issues. This is why working on yourself before marriage is crucial. Develop emotional regulation. Build financial stability. Create individual purpose and identity. These things don't magically appear after saying vows. Now let's talk about why marriages actually fail. Most people think affairs, money problems, or growing apart are causes of divorce. They're not. They're symptoms. The actual causes are deeper. Marriages fail when couples stop being friends, when they stop having fun together, stop talking beyond logistics, stop enjoying each other's company. Marriages fail when criticism becomes constant, when partners attack character instead of addressing behavior, when contempt replaces respect, when defensive reactions prevent productive conversation about problems. Marriages fail when emotional needs go unmet for so long that resentment becomes the primary feeling, when one or both partners feel invisible, unappreciated, or taken for granted. These failures happen slowly through thousands of small neglects, not one big betrayal. The affair isn't what killed the marriage. The years of emotional disconnection that preceded it killed the marriage. This means building strong. Marriages requires addressing small disconnections daily before they become major problems. Regular check-ins about how you're both feeling. Intentional time together without distractions. Consistent appreciation. Addressing small resentments before they become largeness. Here's what successful marriage looks like in practice. 2 people who chose each other based on compatibility, who actively maintain friendship through shared experiences, who keep romance alive through intentional intimacy, who function as an effective team, managing life logistics. They communicate clearly about needs and feelings. They fight about issues without attacking each other's character. They repair quickly after conflicts instead of holding grudges. They adapt to change by staying curious about each other's evolution. They don't expect their spouse to meet all their needs. They maintain individual identities, friendships, and interests outside the marriage. They support each other's growth rather than requiring their partner stay the same forever. Most importantly, they understand marriage is a daily choice, not just a wedding day promise. They wake up and choose their partner again through their actions because feelings fluctuate. Commitment is what carries you through the periods when feelings are low. Here's what you need to know if you're considering marriage. Don't marry potential. Marry reality. Don't marry someone hoping they'll change. Marry someone whose current values and life approach already work for you. Don't marry to fix loneliness or meet social expectations. Marry because you found someone genuinely compatible who you enjoy building life with. Don't marry during the brain chemistry phase of fierly love. Wait until the chemicals normalize and you can see each other clearly. If you still actively choose each other after 2 years, that's meaningful data. And if you're already married and struggling, understand that marriage is a skill set you can develop. The couples who stay together aren't just lucky. They're committed to learning the communication and conflict resolution skills that make partnership work. Marriage isn't about finding the perfect person. It's about being the right kind of partner and choosing someone who's also committed to being the right kind of partner. When both people do that consistently, marriage works. Subscribe for more honest breakdowns of life topics that are usually explained poorly. Tell me in the comments what marriage truth you wish someone had told you before you got married. Remember, marriage is simple in concept and challenging in execution, but understanding what you're actually signing up for dramatically increases your chances of success.